This time we are in the so-called Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big names in British ski jumping. It's a great pleasure for me to have him here today. How are you doing, Colin?
I'm fine, Mark. It's a very different experience watching the others jump for once. Maybe I'll take over your job soon, Mark.
That's not what I would call a proper landing. I think the judges won't approve of that.
Pretty rough, that.
The replay will show us now how on earth he was able to come up with such magic.
Yeah.
He's already proved that he can cope with the very best, but at the crucial moment he often lacks their cool. That's why his rank among the top 20 is justified for the moment. His takeoff training seems to have paid off. No problems on the jump table. Not too early, not too late. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was great.
If he had concentrated a bit more during the flight, and if he had jumped a little farther, well, then he might have gotten a better score. But if doesn't help him here. The score is appropriate. Basta.
Yeah.
Oh no! No one would have imagined such a decline. A few weeks ago he was close to victory and now he's falling down the rankings. How come, Colin?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you trained too hard. He seems drained to me.
Yeah. The landing was pretty good. But can he change anything after such a terrible flight? I don't think so.
Well, the more points he gets from the judges, the more opponents he can possibly leave behind him. So let's wait and see, Mark.
Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
It could be.
So this is the result of the qualification round. Let's see who's... Planica hosts the world's biggest ski flying jump.
It's every skier's dream to jump from here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it a try then, Mark?
Okay. That's another good example of how difficult it is to find the right point for takeoff. The perfect range is so small that you can easily miss it.
Yes, he took off when his skis had almost passed the jump table, so he won't fly high enough. The result will tell.
Let's have a look at the replay. What would you tell someone to convince him about the sport?
Well, that's a difficult one. I'd say that ski jump is not a sport, it's an art, a philosophy, even, a religion.
That's laying it on a bit thick, isn't it?
Well, just make a jump yourself, 200 metres down the valley. That'll change your mind, Mark.
That result is okay for him, isn't it, Colin?
Well, yes, absolutely. Of course, every athlete hopes for more before each competition, but I think that after this jump, the score is justified.
I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
This... What's going on down there? I can't see anything!
Listen, I'll go and have a look. You won't believe me!
What's up?
A cow wandered onto the ice skating rink.
That's unbelievable! Is it true? How could it become a good flight after takeoff like that? This proves again that takeoff is the most difficult phase in a jump.
If you take off too early or too late and don't have enough power, you might as well climb right back up the ski jump.
Yeah. He's one of the outstanding jumpers this season, and he's... The field of skiers is on the decrease. Only the best 30 athletes will come back for the decisive jump, and so we say goodbye to the other 20.
Yes, bye-bye, see you next time.
Bye. The Norwegian Bjørn Einar Romøren made a distance of not less than 239 meters on this hill on March 20th, 2005, an out-and-out world record.
Didn't he make it even longer jump?
Yeah, but that wasn't validated because he fell.
Ah, I see.
Colin, what do you say about the distance?
Well, I think that was a decent distance. That's good. Not very good, but good.
I suppose we can have a look at the replay. Ah, there it is. By the way, it was in the United States that the first ski jump with an elevated jump table was built back in 1912. But not in Park City, it was in Steamboat Springs. And the man responsible for it was, of course...
American?
No, a Norwegian, of course. His name was Carl Hovelson.
Good old Carl.
Well, I, for my own part, would be happy to come down the jump without being hurt. But how about you, Colin? Would you be satisfied with the score?
Well, Mark, I'd have to be after a jump like that, but with all due modesty, I have somewhat greater ambitions than that. Do forgive me.
Let's hope that the heavy snowfall won't harm anyone.
Well, Mark...
The fog shouldn't annoy the skiers, as visibility is still relatively good. Let's take the time to look at the replay. great season for him. These are the results of today's competition, ladies and gentlemen. The 3 winners of the day, cheered by the crowd. Next time, things can turn out quite differently. We hope you'll be with us again. Mark Rafferty
And Colin Phillips.
take their leave of you.
Au revoir, goodbye, and auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye. We say hello to you from the Julian Alps. I'm sure that not only fans of the British team will be happy to hear that my co-commentator today is Colin Phillips.
It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation, and hello, everybody.
Who will make the most beautiful flights? And more importantly, the longest one? We'll soon know on the...
My God, if he got away without any serious injuries after this fall, he'll have to thank his lucky stars.
Did you see how the disaster happened?
Oh, it looked as if the skis edged over during the landing, and then this horrible somersault. Oh, let's keep our fingers crossed for him, Mark, that he's not too badly hurt.
Yeah. Who would... In the last few minutes, the wind has risen. Might be dangerous for the skiers.
Yeah, you're right there, Mark. Not everyone is used to that.
Oh, too late! He's... Oh, that looked nasty.
Takeoff without any control. Same thing for the flight. He certainly got some bruises when he landed on that icy snow. Maybe even worse. Oh, but I hope not.
What euphoria surrounding this man in the last few weeks, and he deserves all of it. His performance has been outstanding throughout the season. I bet he's dreamed more than once these last few days about being on the victory roster.
Well, I believe he can do it, actually, Mark. If there's one person in the world who can, then it's him.
Well, that's a score he can be satisfied with today. The judges didn't evaluate his performance too highly, but not too badly either.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think it's okay. Thanks to technology, we can look at the replay and be clear about things. Let's see which 50 skiers have qualified for the next round.
Well, you can see some faces falling, but that's just the way things go.
Everything went great for him until the takeoff. He really flunked it. He had a good speed, but somehow something went wrong.
Well, maybe it was a material fault. Oh, his goggles were steamed up.
At least that would have been a good excuse.
You're right, Mark.
Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. There are 4 ski jumps altogether in Planica. 1 ski flying jump where you can make distances of more than 200 meters, and 3 ski jumps. The smallest one has its K point at 70 meters, the biggest one at 120 meters. Let's have a look at the replay. His performance is regular as clockwork this season. He's always in the top group. His practice seems to pay off.
Absolutely. He wouldn't let anyone pass him now, but on the other hand, he's not yet good enough to make the decisive step towards becoming number one.
He messed up his jump with the takeoff. That's it. It was clear to see from here. Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
It could be.
I think we've seen some nice and what's more, long jumps. And I also think that the best 30 skiers absolutely deserve to be in the final. Have you ever considered a career in another discipline?
Yeah, I really did.
Which one?
Curling.
You're kidding.
No, always going up those towers is tiring. I sometimes wish I could stand on firm ground during the competition.
He didn't fall at least.
Yes, of course, Mark. In such a case, the judges are forced to deduct some points. So he's certainly not in for a decent style score.
I suppose we can have a look at the replay. Ah, there it is. His performance is regular as clockwork this season. He's always in the top group. His practice seems to pay off.
Absolutely. He wouldn't let anyone pass him now, but on the other hand, he's not yet good enough to make the decisive step towards becoming number one.
The replay will show us now how on earth he was able to come up with such magic.
Yeah.
It was in Planica, in the northeast of Slovenia, that a skier for the first time made more than 100 meters. On March 15, 1936, it was Sepp Booby Brandl with 101.5 meters. Nowadays, the athletes make more than double that distance on the big heat. His fans at home can relax and lean back now. Everyone can be happy with the score. He's well placed in terms of distance as well as style score. Good. I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
So, this is an overview of the final ranking, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting competition for me, and that's how we like it. We'll see you next time. It's goodbye from Mark Rafferty.
And from me, Colin Phillips, thanks and goodbye.
Bye. Hello from Hintertarten. I have a special guest today. Colin Phillips, would you mind me saying that it's a stroke of luck, in a certain way, that you're not participating in the competition today?
No, I take it as a compliment. I'm happy to be here too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Today we're going for the mass, so to speak. This is this year's Summer Grand Prix. Well, he certainly isn't a talent like Janne Ahonen or Jakob Janda yet, but he turned in a solid performance. That's good ski jumping, don't you think?
Yes, Mark, and the judges think so too, by the look of it. So with the distance he achieved, he gets an okay result.
Yeah.
That's a good motivation for the upcoming events.
A record weather for record distances. These are perfect conditions for a good flight. Let's see if the skiers can make use of it. Wow, this might turn into a good flight. A takeoff to put the fear of God into his opponents. Perfect conditions for an excellent distance. Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Great season for him. His performance is consistently good or even very good, and that's reflected in the ranking. He'll keep his place in the top 10. No way he's going to be pushed out.
No, I don't see that either.
Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
It could be.
So this is the result of the qualification round. Let's see who's among the top 50, so we can tell who will start again today. Because for the skiers on rank 51 and lower, it's the end of the competition. I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
The skiers are confronted with a very Now tell us, Colin, why aren't you entering any important competitions this year?
Well, actually, it's a little embarrassing. But the reason is my right ankle's injured.
So what's embarrassing about that? Did it happen in training?
No, that's the point. I recently bought a house in the south of England, and the site is on a bit of a slope.
So you practiced the right posture for takeoff and then...
No, Mark, I was mowing the lawn.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so, listen, while I'm mowing, I see a stone, and I can't simply mow it over, so I put the lawnmower aside to clear away the stone. But suddenly, the thing starts moving.
The stone?
No, the mower. As I said, the site is on a bit of a slope, so the thing rolled over my foot. So, that's what happened to my ankle.
Oh, okay. getting better and better. And I'm sure that the top skiers will keep their eye on him today.
Well, if he can start under good weather conditions and has a little bit of luck, he'll be able to climb up the ranking this season, that's for sure.
Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. That was an exciting competition today, don't you think, Colin?
Yeah, well, now we can take a deep breath and look forward to the final decisive round. The best 30 skiers are still in there.
Up 1 minute, down the next. Typical of him. He almost made it to the very top, and then came the decline. There's every chance he'll drop out of the top 10. What's his problem, Colin?
Well, even if I knew, I wouldn't tell him. He's my rival. No, to be honest, this is not only about his form in the day. Maybe he's got some private problems too.
Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. So, this is an overview of the final ranking, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting competition today, and that's how we like it. So see you next time. It's goodbye from Mark Rafferty.
And from me, Colin Phillips, thanks and goodbye.
Bye.